Need a second.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
That's not near enough money.
Yeah.
I thought about I thought 200. I can amend if, for the fine.
Because it's a good motivation. I would say 250.
Yeah, max it.
That's fine. Are you guys fine with the 45 days? I don't think they can get a permit in 30. Bank or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I will amend the finding. The board finds that the violations of the St. Petersburg City Code as stated by the code's investigator have not been corrected. The board orders Wells Fargo Bank N.A. trustee to correct the violations within 45 days or by a date of June 7th, 2025. If the order is not complied with, a fine of $250 per day shall be imposed.
Second.
Okay, let's vote.
Alseklis?
Yes.
Hanshaw?
Yes.
Hensler?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes. All right, ma'am, 45 days. Thank you.
Thank you.
$27 was not taken off. Item number 43, property owner Christopher J. Allman, investigator Eric Hervella.
Can you repeat the number? I'm sorry.
43. Yeah, sorry, we had several that were taken off of the
Okay.
queue.
And because we don't, unless it's big like this, we don't really.
It's hard to see the lines, yeah.
Thank you.
We are in position number 27 is the position.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm Eric Hervella, Codes Investigator for the City of St. Petersburg, testifying to reference item 43, case 25-415 regarding property located at 1411 Tyrone Boulevard North. I was sworn in at the start of this meeting. This is a single-family structure that is occupied by the owner. This is a citizen complaints case. This property was first inspected on 1/29/2025, and violation notice sent to the owner with a compliance date of 2/22/2025. Property was re-inspected on 4/14/2025, and the following violations still exist. There are fallen, broken sections of fencing on the property. There is bare wood and peeling paint in various areas of the structure. Exterior side door is off the hinges. Exterior side door case is not securely fastened to the structure. There are building materials, a safe, ductwork, broken fencing, interior contents, and wind-blown debris around the property. And there is a broken pane of glass in the front area of the structure. 1 out of 5 violations have been corrected since the case began. Notice of hearing was sent first-class mail, posted at City Hall, confirmed, it was delivered certified mail, hand-delivered by myself on 4/7/2025. Ownership was confirmed in County Official Records, Book 21916, page 0376. During the course of my investigation, my last contact with the owner was on 4/7/2025. The owner did not indicate when the violations would be corrected. The department recommends 25 days, $100 a day thereafter for the non-compliance. I'd like to enter into evidence photographs that were taken on 4/14/2025, document 041425CEB. Here's an elevation shot of the property. Again, you can see some of the peeling paint here on the garage. Here's the safe that I was speaking of to begin with. There's peeling paint on the fascia up here. There's a closer shot of the garage with the peeling paint. There's the fallen fencing. Here's the door that is not fastened to the door case and a door case that is not securely mounted to the structure. There's some of the bare fascia. Let's look at that door. Here's some of the debris in the rear yard, some of the unsecure fencing. Random fan. And a rear shot of the property. And I would like to enter this fact sheet into evidence as Exhibit 2, and this concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Ravella. Where
Yes.
was the broken window glass? Maybe I missed it.
It was on the front of the structure.
Oh, when you showed us the front shot.
Yes, it was the window pane to the left. It has a crack in it.
Ah, okay. I didn't see it clearly in the picture. It's my eyes. I'm getting old. Does anybody?
If I can zoom in on it for you.
Which one was fixed?
Yeah, you said 1 of 5 had been correct.
Oh, on the side of the structure, when the case was first started, there is a glass block area, and there's an air conditioner in it. The air conditioner was pushed out, and there was an open hole in the side of the property. By the time I went to take the pictures, air conditioner was reinstalled in that same block area.
Okay, very good.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could we have your name and address for the record, please?
It's Chris Allman at 1411 Tyrone Boulevard North.
Okay. So, Mr. Ullman, where are we at with fixing up?
Right now, I'm in the middle of selling the property. I'm actually working with title and all that stuff. The house is in duress. I had been up in Plant City or whatever up north from FEMA, and so I wasn't even on the property for a while. Now I'm back, and since like that part where you saw where all that stuff was there, we cleaned all that up. We've been working on that, but I'm head over heels underwater. I need to get out, and so I'm like I said, I'm in the process of getting rid of it because I just can't maintain it anymore.
Have you listed the home for?
I'm already working with an as-is buyer. I'm literally sending. I have to go from here and get my death certificate of all of my family. Because this was my grandparents' house, and then it was my father's house, and now it's mine. So, but like I said, my dad did some severe damage to it, and then the storms came by and then finished it off. So,
do you have a closing date yet?
they told me it shouldn't take any more than 23, 24 days. But with my luck, the way my life's been going. Because I was homeless for almost over a year until my old man passed away because he kept me at gunpoint. So, I just got back in after he passed away, and then, less than a year later, the storm comes by, and now, then I was out there, and then I ran out of time there, so now we're back there, and I was just like, I gotta get out of here.
Okay, so we need to give you some time to get.
Yeah, 40 days. Like I said, they said it should be sooner, but my luck, I'll hit a hiccup or something, and then.
Does anyone else have any questions? Want to read something?
Sure.
Okay.
Based upon the evidence presented in this case, I move that the board issue the following findings of fact and conclusion of law. The board finds that the violations of the St. Petersburg City Code, as stated by the code's investigator, have not been corrected. The board orders Christopher Allman to correct the violations within 45 days or by the date of June 7th, 2025. If this order is not complied with, a fine of $100 per day shall be imposed.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, let's vote.
Sutcliffe?
Yes.
Hanshaw?
Yes.
Hensler?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes. Okay, the board's given you 45 days, trying to give you a little grace.
I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much.
But if it
Yes.
doesn't close before then,
Yeah,
you'll get a notice to go to the special magistrate. Please
I've
do
heard it. I've been here a while though, so
Okay.
I've got it ingrained. But thank you guys. Have a good day.
Good luck.
So yeah, why don't we hear this one last case.
Okay.
And then we will break for lunch and be back at 1 o'clock, should give us plenty of time. So for everybody in the audience, we're gonna break for lunch because not only do we have to finish up this hearing, but we have another one after this. And we will return at 1 o'clock. So if you are not this next case being heard, you can leave, go grab something to eat. Just make sure you're back by 1 o'clock for when we start the hearing back up.
Item number 84, property owner Richard Cuffey and Charles Cuffey, investigator Jose Rodriguez.
I am Jose Rodriguez, codes investigator for the city of St. Petersburg, testifying in reference to item number 84, case number 22-12099 regarding property located at 1701 21st Street South. I was sworn in at this meeting. This property is a single-family structure and is occupied by owner. This is a codes follow-up case. Property was first inspected on June 3rd of 2022, and a violation notice sent to the owner with a compliance date of June 29th of 2022. The property was last re-inspected on April 14th of 2025, and the following violations still exist. Repair all areas of exterior walls in disrepair, repair all window glass in disrepair, and repair all areas of fascia in disrepair. 0 out of 3 violations have been corrected since this case began. Notice of hearing was sent first-class mail, posted at City Hall, sent certified mail, delivered by certified mail, was posted at a violation address on April 9th, 2025, which is at least 10 days prior to this hearing. Ownership was confirmed in County Official Records Book 22136, page 1021. My last contact with the owner prior to today was on April 14th of 2025, and owner did not indicate when the violations would be corrected. The department recommends 25 days and $100 per day thereafter for non-compliance. An additional relevant fact regarding this case is this case has returned to the CEB process. I would like to enter to evidence exhibit number 1, photographs which were taken on April 14th of 2025, document CEB 0414-25099, JAR in photos 1 through 4. This first photograph is a elevation of the structure.
Did he get knocked out?
It's a photograph of the window that's actually missing, disrepair and or missing right here in this area.
I thought it sent. Oh,
Isn't it?
there it goes. So sorry.
Okay, so this area down here is where the window is damaged and or missing right here, this section of that window. It's another section of the window that's in disrepair. It's a photograph of wall area in disrepair, fascia area that's in disrepair. I would like to enter this fact sheet into evidence exhibit number 2, and this concludes my presentation.
Okay, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
You said it returned to the codes process?
Yeah, so what ends up happening is in our process, it'll go through CEB special magistrate, and at a certain point, if we reach regarding liens, if it reaches a certain number, then it goes into the MOV process. Then after the MOV process, it will return to the CEB process, so that's where it's currently at right now.
So when did this case start in the way misty beginning?
The very beginning, the initial violation, initial inspection, June 3rd of 2022.
Okay.
The violation notice was sent to the owner by June 29th of 2022 for the original compliance date.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
all righty. Does anyone else have questions for staff?
Well, what happened the last 2 years? Did it get closed out and it came back up again, or we got busy and?
No, ma'am, it's a revolving door. So the MOV process takes a little bit longer, so that's where it ends up in county court. So it goes, and then it has to be seen in county court, and then that doesn't go this one time. We actually do that 3 different times before it would actually come back into the CEB process. So he has CEB, special magistrate, MOV, then it will go back. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Could we have your name and address for the record, please?
Floyd Cuffey, 1701 21st Street South.
Okay. So, Mr. Cuffey, this has been going on for a
I'm sorry,
long
the
time.
relation?
Pardon?
Yes.
It didn't start with me.
I don't have them on here. I have Richard and I have Charles.
Item 84?
Yeah, item 84, I have Charles and Richard.
It's showing as
Oh,
Floyd and
it
Carol
shows
on my sheet.
Floyd and Carol Cuffey on ours.
Interesting.
It's probably just a typo, we'll fix it.
Okay. Sorry about that, sir. So it didn't begin with you.
No, my cousin and my aunt was living in the house. She passed away. And then just before he passed away, he was in hospital. And he called me and said, well, the house is available if you want to move into it. And so Carol and I decided that we'll move into the house. And that was in 23 or somewhere up in that area. And then that was when we took over, okay? And then Carol was diagnosed with cancer. And I had to go through dealing with that. And she ended up in a rehab center. She had cancer in the spine and the brain. So I've been dealing with that until she passed away. So, excuse me.
So yeah, let's take a minute, sir. I'm so sorry for your losses. How much time do you need to see if you can do something about this stuff?
If I may, board, I do know there are permits will be required, so I will add that piece. And per my last conversation with the owner, he did say he was seeking some contractors to come in and give him some estimates.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, after he kind of got out of, his personal issues throughout life. So he has been working on it. We've had those conversations recently. So, and again, I do know that permits will be a part of this process.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any indication that N-Team might be needed?
That's what I was wondering.
N-Team may be able to assist in part of it, but because it does deal with something that need to be a contract, yes, ma'am, with the permits, then that may be out of the scope of work for them. Once he gets the initial part done, they may be able to come and help towards the end of that project. But at this time, to get the N-Team assistance, I don't believe so at this time because of permits being involved.
Yeah, my concern is, though, that he's had a lot of illness and trouble and probably a lot of expenses with his wife being ill.
Yes, ma'am.
I was noticing on the photos of the windows that there was a lot of vegetation growing up on the windows. Is that something the N-Team could at least help him get that cleared out so it's easier to get to those windows? Or I'm just grasping at some straw of assistance.
Yeah, it's difficult because especially when there's permitted repairs that are required, we typically want to see that done because we have other situations
Sure.
that we have to address as
You're
well
not limitless.
with the N-Team, right?